TV. We're your local network.
Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight on WYLN News. I'm Gary Perna. We start in the city of Hazleton tonight, where one person was killed this morning in what police are saying was an industrial accident. According to Hazleton's police chief, 49-year-old Richard Manstoni was killed in what appears to be an industrial accident that happened Wednesday morning. It happened around 10 o'clock at Multiplastic Extractions on Dietrich Avenue in Hazleton. Police say that Manzoni was an employee of Waste Reduction and Recycling. Based on the occupational circumstances, OSHA was contacted by Multiplastics. Police, along with the county coroner's office and OSHA, are investigating this accident that happened this morning in Hazleton. Now to Freeland, where state police have recovered a gun that was used in a 2018 murder. That gun was found buried in a backyard. State police say they have now charged 19-year-old Felicia Catrone after they say she tried to hide the gun from them. The gun was used to shoot and kill 17-year-old Anthony Bonnie from Cantone's yard on Cleveland Street. Troopers say Bonnie was allegedly shot by 19-year-old Brandon Gambardella. He is awaiting a September trial of a count of criminal homicide. The gun was found after investigators learned new information and executed a search warrant at Catrone's residence. Troopers say Catrone was driving the vehicle that was used to leave the scene on June 16th and took a weapon and buried it. She is facing charges of perjury, hindering prosecution, and firearms not to be carried without a license, along with tampering with evidence. She was taken to jail Tuesday after failing to post $500,000 bail. A man accused of a deadly stabbing in Luzerne County was back in a courtroom this morning. 58-year-old Milton Clark is accused of stabbing his 17-year-old nephew, Therese Pavilion, in the left lower abdomen last month after the teen confronted him for spying on his mother, Lynn Williams, while she was taking a bath in the family home on Holland Street. Clark was initially charged with aggravated assault in the case, but when his nephew died from the stabbing wound on May 6, that led to police filing homicide charges. Clark is locked up again tonight in the Luzerne County Prison. Auditor General Eugene D. Pasquale released his performance audit of the Crestwood Area School District following an investigation into its transportation service contract. In the audit, the auditors found that there were no updated background checks on the bus drivers that prompted the district to cancel 2 days of school this past October. And the superintendent and operations manager were placed on administrative leave.
Shocking when we found out that the Crestwood School District did not have the required background checks for their school bus drivers, causing them to shut down school for 2 days, which was unacceptable for the students and the families and certainly the taxpayers. Pleased that my audit looks like it is helping the school district renegotiate the school bus contract. It is critical that we all do everything we can to make sure that we're doing what is necessary to keep kids safe.
According to the audit, the district failed in its legal responsibility to ensure contract bus drivers were qualified and cleared to transport students in that district. The Third Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals has refused to rehear disgraced Kid for Cash Judge Mark Chivarella's case for a new trial in the remaining of his convictions. Back in March, a panel of U.S. Third Circuit Court of Appeals agreed that Chivarella's most serious convictions, charges of racketeering and racketeering conspiracy and conspiracy to commit money laundering, should be overturned. But in a brief that was filed last week, a majority of judges on that circuit voted against the rehearing. Chivarella and another judge, Michael Conahan, were accused of accepting $2.8 million in kickbacks in exchange for funneling hundreds of juveniles to detention centers, for-profit centers. The 69-year-old Chivarella is serving his 28-year sentence in a federal prison. He is set to be released at the end of 2035. The Attorney General of Pennsylvania is suing the maker of a powerful painkiller. The AG said in a lawsuit that the maker of Oxycontin had sales representatives promoting the powerful opioid painkiller to doctors even when it revealed that they were prescribing to addicts. Pennsylvania is at least the 39th state to sue Purdue Pharmacy over the toll of opioids. The company says the state is part of a campaign to harm the public opinion of that company. Aqua Pennsylvania has said they have developed a plan to make sure that residents will not suffer any long-term impacts when they start pulling water from a well in North Union Township. The water company is awaiting permission to pull water from a well in the township to supplement water customers in the Eagle Rock Resort. Aqua Pennsylvania's action plan calls for well improvements or replacements that would be completed at no cost to the property owner. That's according to information released by Aqua this week. The company said it would complete the work before it begins using the well, which is just off of Mountain Road. Last month, Wyln News talked with residents that live in that area who are concerned their water could be affected. Aqua Pennsylvania said they will continue to monitor and report water level data from private wells in the area, along with the well they plan to use. Coming up on Wyln News, road work to tell you about. Plus, we have a look at tonight's zoning meeting in Packer Township. And we are talking click it or ticket with a state trooper today. But first, let's take a look at that 7-day forecast here. Thursday, we're going to see mostly cloudy skies, a high of 66. At least there's no rain. We can't say that for Friday, though. A high of 71. We could see some thunderstorms throughout the day. But Saturday, not looking too bad right now. Partly sunny skies, a high of 67. We'll be right back.
Don't make the big box mistake. Shop local and save at Grand Central in Hazleton. Get better prices than the big box store on our huge selection of furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics at Grand Central in Hazleton and at the Laurel Mall.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Don't make the big box mistake. Shop local and save at Grand Central in Hazleton. Get better prices than the big box store on our huge selection of furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics at Grand Central in Hazleton and at the Laurel Mall.
A road work alert to pass along to you tonight. Motorists should anticipate an overnight ramp closure on Interstate 80 eastbound traveling to Interstate 81 northbound from 8 p.m. on Thursday, May 16th to 6 a.m. on Friday, May 17th for paving work near the bridge. PennDOT is telling us when the ramp closes overnight, motorists will be directed to follow a short detour along eastbound Interstate 80 to exit 262 to Interstate 80 westbound to Interstate 81 northbound. I hope you can follow that. The bridge was fully replaced in September of 2017 and as part of PennDOT's Rapid Bridge Replacement Project. This schedule is subject to change if there is any rain or problems in the overnight. Tonight, residents of Packer Township are getting ready at this 5:30 hour for the third night of a hearing for a proposed windmill farm. Tonight's hearing will be the third on, and now it will take place at the Weatherly Area Middle School cafeteria. It starts at 6 p.m. The developer, Broad Mountain Power, intends to present 10 expert witnesses during the zoning hearing. 21 wind turbines would be located across the mountain ridge, while 5 smaller ones may also be constructed. Again, tonight's meeting starts at 6 p.m. and it will continue again on May 29th. Memorial Day is right around the corner, and Pennsylvania State Police want drivers to click it or get a ticket. WYLN News intern Cameron Gregory has more.
With the upcoming holiday weekend fast approaching, many will be traveling the distance to visit family and friends. The Pennsylvania State Police kicked off their 2019 Click It or Ticket campaign Monday and will be enforcing it through June 2nd. PSP will be on the lookout for careless drivers, including those who choose to not buckle up. Trooper Anthony Petrosky of Troop N Hazleton wants the public to be aware and make educated decisions when it comes to getting behind the wheel.
So Click It or Ticket starts now and it goes through June 2nd, and we're taking a zero tolerance approach for people not wearing their seatbelts and not having children properly restrained in child safety seats. Now, that's not to say we don't look for it every day, but this is a campaign that really helps boost the awareness in the community that you should be wearing your seatbelts and you need to have children properly restrained.
Increased awareness is among the biggest goals for this campaign, as the laws of the road are not always clear for those who do their best to follow them.
Now, not wearing your seatbelt in Pennsylvania is unfortunately a secondary violation. What that means is we can't pull you over primarily for not wearing your seatbelt, but if we pull you over for something else and you're not wearing your seatbelt, you'll receive a citation for that. Really your seatbelts are there for your safety, and we want you to be safe while you're traveling.
More information on PSP's Click It or Ticket campaign can be found on their website, psp.pa.gov. Appointments can also be made with certified car seat technicians for those who do their best to follow the law.
They could go on the state police website, and as far as car seats goes, if somebody's unsure on how to properly install one, they could contact their local state police barracks. We do them here at Hazleton. We can set up appointments. They could come in, and a certified car seat technician would actually be able to show them and properly make sure that it is installed.
The Pennsylvania State Police Click It or Ticket campaign will be now through June 2nd. Stay safe on the roads. For WYLN TV, I'm Cameron Gregory.
Pennsylvania's House of Representatives is launching another effort to outlaw abortions because of paternal diagnosis of Down syndrome, although it faces a veto if it reaches Democratic Governor Tom Wolf's desk. The Republican-controlled House passed the bill Tuesday 117 to 76. Similar legislation died in the Republican-controlled Senate last year. North Dakota has a similar law, but courts have blocked it in 3 other states. Indiana is asking the U.S. Supreme Court to hear its appeal. Staying in Harrisburg, legislation is on the move to extend the Pennsylvania National Guard's higher education benefits to family members. Governor Tom Wolf said in a statement Tuesday that he supports the bill and urges the Senate to pass it. The bill passed the House unanimously on Monday. Under the bill, a Pennsylvania National Guard member who signs up for a 6-year re-enlistment can pass along the service's higher education benefit to a spouse or a child. Congresswomen who served in the military are hoping to set up a caucus focused on concerns of women who've served or who are serving in uniform. Several groups of lawmakers in Congress deal with military matters and those related to veterans, but none of them deal specifically with female veterans. Women now account for 18% of officer corps, and in this current Congress, they have seen a spike in the number of women veterans who now serve as Congress members. Coming up on Frackville's News Choice in Community and You, we learn about Lyme disease, plus preparing for a Memorial Day in one local community. More local news and information is right around the corner, so stay with us.
Save now on a vehicle that blends city style with wilderness spirit. It's the Jeep Celebration event at All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Get outside in a new Jeep Wrangler Sport 4x4 starting at $33,799. Learn more at allamericanjeep.net.
Krugel's Georgetown Deli has been voted Northeastern Pennsylvania's best craft beer selection several years running. Krugel's is your craft beer headquarters, and gift baskets are available for all occasions. Krugel's is home of the Crowler. Fill your Crowler up in their tap system and keep your favorite beer fresh longer. Krugel's Georgetown Deli, Wilkes-Barre Township, right next to the Big Cow. Stop in and play Keno or other Pennsylvania lottery games. Check them out on the web at georgetown.deli.com.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is honored to serve you. And this month, we're honoring those who have served us during the Bigger Things sales event. Lease a new 2019 Ram 1500 Bighorn 4x4 for just $269 a month. Learn more at allamericanjeep.net.
Welcome to Community and You here on WYLN, and if the calendar is correct, it's Wednesday, which means it's Wellness Wednesday, thanks to our friends over at Lehigh Valley Health Network. And today we are on location at Dr. Benyo's office in Cunningham on Lantern Lane. It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And today we are going to be talking about Lyme disease. Now, we live in Pennsylvania. There's bound to be a lot of ticks. There's bound to be a lot of ways that you can acquire Lyme disease, but let's get a general overview of the definition of Lyme disease.
Sure. So Lyme disease is very common in Pennsylvania. The prevalence is over 20% with ticks, and it's usually the deer tick that carry it. They also carry other, quote, tick-borne illnesses, and it typically is Borrelia burgdorferi. That's the name of it. It's a spirochete. It's kind of geeky stuff. But anyways, it was originally found in Lyme, Connecticut, when they saw that these children were having all these arthritic symptoms. They thought it was juvenile arthritis. And then they found out that there were crops of them, and they would have a rash. And so they isolated the tick and found this organism, and then they biopsied the rash in these children, found the organism, and then voila, there's your Lyme disease. So very common around the area. Usually as spring starts to emerge, we start to see it. And typically you notice it when you're out hiking in the woods, wooded areas. We don't typically see it too much in the city. And it is carried by the tick, the deer tick. And so typically they will go on anywhere on your body. It can be while you're walking. You'll notice that they kind of go on exposed areas of the skin. Right. So very common.
Now, you were saying that these children were experiencing arthritic symptoms. You know, are those, could you explain a little more on like the symptoms of, say, you get bit?
Sure. So anytime you're out walking around and you notice a tick, some people won't notice it for a couple of days, and they'll start to see a rash. We call it a erythema migrans. So the rash kind of migrates, and it goes to different areas of the body. There's this characteristic bullseye rash that has central clearing, but it's colored around the outside. Those are classic symptoms. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have those, but if you do have those and it's spring, summertime, fall, we typically will say that's kind of suspicious for a tick bite. You can also develop fevers, fatigue, chills, almost flu-like symptoms. Muscle aches, pains, joint pains very common. Swelling in the joint is also common. Some people also get neurologic symptoms. It'll almost look as though they have a stroke. It's called Bell's palsy, where one side of their face is kind of weak and very common. And then more serious complications, you can develop heart block, which requires IV antibiotics. And then also neurologic symptoms where it infects the kind of brain and you get confusion. We call that encephalopathy. And so it can cause a myriad of symptoms that can range from a nuisance to very serious.
Well, let's hope it doesn't get that serious. What are some ways to treat Lyme disease once you get bit, once you may or may not be diagnosed?
Sure. So a lot of times we have coming into our office patients who say, "Oh, doc, I just had a tick. I pulled it off of me. What should I do?" So typically you want to first identify that it is a deer tick. And then second, if it's been attached for more than a day and a half, and if you've come in within 3 days and you're not allergic to doxycycline, we typically treat you for that. However, some people will notice the tick and it's a weekend and they want to get it off. So we always suggest you take it off as soon as you notice it, and that's with tweezers, applying firm pressure and twisting it as you take it out.
Well, thank you so much for talking Lyme disease with us today.
Sure.
And thank you everyone watching Our Community and You on this Wellness Wednesday. Remember, check, 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 because we're not going to stay inside all day, so just be careful. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time here on WYLN.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-thru lane. Don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll
4
just...
weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
Came home from vacation and I knew something was brewing. They diagnosed me with pancreatic cancer. I thought I was doomed. I really did.
After reviewing the scans, we looked at his tumor and we knew that we can treat it.
Trust the leading cancer care experts at Lehigh Valley Cancer Institute to give you hope and more, with access to more clinical trials and advanced treatment options.
I have a new lease on life. I'm cancer-free.
I enjoy my active senior life, so feeling good and staying fit is important to me, but I wasn't comfortable joining a gym.
So my friends insisted that I would like physical fitness. A healthcare professional analyzed my body needs and developed a fitness program exclusively for me.
Join this week and your initial fee is waived. That's a savings of $99.
Love your life even more.
Call Physical Fitness today for your personalized medically based fitness program.
West Hazleton has a few events to be on the lookout for this Memorial Day weekend, and our Julia Wiegand has all the details on those events.
Memorial Day weekend is packed in West Hazleton with the borough's annual parade, as well as a Vietnam Veterans Memorial Ceremony. The parade kicks off bright and early Memorial Day Monday morning, May 27th at 9 a.m. Lineup begins in front of Bottlenecks and the VFW on Winters Avenue starting at 8 a.m. and goes until the start of the parade. Parade goers are invited to the World War II monument at McKenna's Corner, where Broad meets Broad Street and Winters Avenue, for a ceremony featuring some guest speakers. Those guest speakers and veterans are also invited down to the Borough Building at 100 South 4th Street for a luncheon after that World War II ceremony.
We like to have the people show up and attend the parade and attend the ceremony. It would be nice to honor our fallen heroes.
On Sunday, May 26th, starting at 2 p.m., West Hazleton is also having a big dedication ceremony of the Vietnam Memorial located at 15th and Broad Street. The big stone will read all of the engraved names of Vietnam veterans from West Hazleton who have passed away.
And next to it's going to be a soldier carrying an M1 rifle fully to full height, and then after the background and beyond that, we're going to have a map of Vietnam. It's going to be the best Vietnam memorial in Luzerne County, and we'd like the public to show up. It's going to be quite a memorial.
If the forecast is rainy this upcoming holiday weekend, events will be held inside the Borough Building. Reporting in West Hazleton for WYLN News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
Something to look forward to this Memorial Day. Marian Catholic High School in Hometown was presented today with a special check from members of the Pennsylvania State Police. Troopers raised money for the school last summer at the annual Kenneth Snurr Memorial Golf Tournament. Trooper Snurr graduated from Marian in 1985 and passed away in 2016.
I love this institution very much, obviously being a coach here and giving back from his own and helping individuals in the community. also come here. So it was an obvious choice for us when we wanted to honor him, was to put together a scholarship that benefited the institution that he cherished so much.
Two of Trooper Snur's daughters, who also attended Marion, were on hand today to accept the check in his honor.
And how much maybe something like this, having a lasting legacy for their father's name, coming back here means a lot to them.
The $5,000 donation will go towards memorial and graduation scholarship initiatives.
Is for some of it to be utilized to help existing students as well as incoming students pursue their educational goals here at Marion, and some of the money also going to a male and female student graduating here so they could pursue their educational goals on a higher level.
The third annual Kenneth Snur Memorial Golf Tournament will be held on Saturday, June 8th to help raise funds for students at Marion High School. Great job by them. That's the news today. Remember, you can get news updates on our WYLN News Facebook page, and stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN TV.
Pocono Raceway is summertime, where the kids are free, where fans become friends, where good times roll, and the racing is always a little tricky. Bring your friends, bring your family, just bring it, Pocono style. New this year, the Great Pocono Raceway Air Show.
Tri-County has been keeping your office up to speed since 1969. Everything your office needs: office supplies, personal and custom business forms, business cards, office furniture, new and used office equipment, copy, print, and scan solutions with wide format capabilities. Leasing is also available, free off-street parking, and free local delivery. Tri-County Business Machines, 117 East Broad Street in Hazleton, 570-459-0754. Family owned and operated since 1969.
WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.